Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing our 3-month postpartum and baby update. Here I have Miss Alara Jubilee with me, and she is 3 months about to turn 4. And I just want to apologize for not being more consistent with my content. It's a big difference when you have 2 kids. I'm super busy. I never really have a moment to myself, and so my YouTube channel has really been lacking because what's my priority is being a good mom to these 2 kids. So that's taken a front seat to my YouTube videos. So I just want to apologize. We are starting to get into our groove. I'm feeling a lot better. Things are running a lot smoother, and so hopefully I can bring you guys more consistent content as time goes on from here. So we are just going to start off with Alara's updates. She is 13 pounds. She is 23 inches, so she's still on the short side, which makes sense because me and my husband are not very tall people. Right now she is in 3 to 6 month clothing. She grew out of all of her newborn stuff, but it did fit her for a while, and her diaper size is a size 2. We are still exclusively breastfeeding her, and I plan to continue to give her only breast milk once I return to work. I have to go back in 6 weeks, and I'm not looking forward to it. I did start to think about possibly introducing her nighttime bottle as a formula bottle because she's still not sleeping through the night. 10 o'clock, that's when she has like her last feed, and that's when her longest stretch of sleep is. So she'll sleep from 10 o'clock till about 3:30 or 4, and then after she wakes up at 4 and she has that feed, she's still waking up about every 2 hours. So I thought maybe if I gave her a formula bottle at night, that would help her sleep a little bit longer, and I might do that right before I go back to work just so that I get enough sleep for when I go back. But we'll just play it by ear. That's just kind of a thought that I've been toying around with. She still takes about 3 naps throughout the day. That's if her sister doesn't wake her up. Her naps are typically about 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then she'll take like an evening nap. But she's a lot more aware now. She plays a lot more. She enjoys tummy time. She's rolling. She's cooing. She started laughing, and she's starting to grab things with her hands, like reach out when she's like laying on the mat or when we put her in the swing. She also has been having like a lot of vavas and like bubbles. She's been chewing on her hands a lot, and so we think that she's starting to teeth. She hates the car. On little trips that we take, she'll be okay, but for whatever reason, as soon as she like gets into the car seat, and like if we're stuck in traffic or anything, she will literally cry the entire way to our destination. Alara is definitely a mama's girl. We had a really hard time leaving her with anybody because she will cry like unconsolably until she sees me, and then the minute that I get her in my arms, she stops. So that's gonna be a challenge when I go back to work. It's crazy because she wouldn't even stay with my husband. Like, that's how much of a mama's girl she is. She wouldn't go with my mom, my husband. Those are her primary caregivers once I go back to work too. So we really need to work on getting her comfortable with people other than me. It's crazy because Cadence is the complete opposite. She's such a daddy's girl, and she never cried when I went anywhere. So for Alara to just like want my constant attention, it's been quite an adjustment. There are days when like I don't even get a free moment to myself because she's not, on top of just being a mama's girl, she constantly wants to be held. So it makes my daily tasks so much longer, and then I feel guilty because I have like feeding therapy to do with Cadence, and she wants to play with me and stuff like that, and it's kind of hard. I have to like try to put Alara down to sleep so that I can spend some one-on-one time with Cadence. And so it's been quite an adjustment, I think, for Cadence and myself to figure out how to go about like spending time with both of them, and for Cadence to understand that she's not the only child. But despite Alara being like such a crybaby, Cadence is really good with her. She's so sweet with her. She gives her kisses. She's like always so concerned with her. When she cries, she's like a little mini mom. It's so funny. And Alara's face just like lights up whenever she sees Cadence. She just gets like the biggest smiles. I love how like their dynamic is. I love that they really get along so far. I know they're still young, and I know that they're gonna fight when they're older and like get on each other's nerves. But at least for now, like Cadence isn't very jealous at all. She's a really good big sister, so I'm really proud of her. And it just like the little moments that I see when they're together, it just like melts my heart. I love it. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about my postpartum experience. I'm currently 116 pounds. My pre-pregnancy weight is 108 pounds. So I'm still about 8 pounds over what I normally am. I'm not doing anything special as far as my diet goes. I'm actually trying to eat a little bit more because I feel like towards the night, my milk supply starts to dwindle. And so right now I'm just kind of focused more on that, getting my milk supply up, especially considering that I'm going back to work in a few weeks. So it's really important to me to like start building my supply and start building my stash. So I'm not doing anything special with my diet, but I am starting to exercise again. I like to do the Stairmaster for 30 minutes, or I actually started lifting weights again too. So I have to make sure like I'm eating the right amount and that I'm drinking enough water. But I haven't really been like crazy hungry considering that I'm breastfeeding the way that I was with Cadence. It's so different. I think because I'm so busy, when you have two kids, like you have your hands full. And so I think that I don't have the time to even realize that I'm hungry until it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And by that point, I'm like trying to just eat whatever I can. Whatever is the quickest is what I eat. So I like to try to meal prep on Sundays so that I have things already made on hand. Like I do a lot of the lactation cookies or like lactation muffins. And I've also cut down on my caffeine. I was drinking 2 cups of coffee, but now I'm back down to 1 because I noticed that it makes my milk supply dip. I started my birth control again after my 6-week checkup. I still don't have a cycle, I think because I'm breastfeeding, but I did go back on birth control just to make sure because I don't want any accidents. I don't want any kids anytime soon. So I'm being very cautious. And the one that I'm on is Nora B. So it has a lower dose of estrogen. That way you can continue to breastfeed and it doesn't affect your milk supply. This time around, I feel a lot more like myself a lot quicker than I did with Cadence. I'm already like in a routine. I'm used to having 2 kids. I feel like Alara has been here a lifetime, even though she's only been here for 3 months going on 4. And so I think that's kind of helped with me mentally being able to handle everything. With 2 kids, you definitely need a lot more patience. You know, there are times where one of them cries, the other one starts crying. Who do you go to first? Working those kinds of things out. Now everything is double. You have 2 kids to feed, 2 butts to wipe, 2 kids to put to sleep, 2 kids to do baths. So everything is so much longer. The process is so much longer, but yet I feel so much more accustomed to it. Maybe because I've already been doing it with 1. So it's like, what's 1 more? I don't know what it is about it, but I definitely feel like we've gotten our groove a lot sooner, and I feel more like my pre-pregnancy self. Some of my other physical symptoms, I started my postpartum hair loss, so I'm losing all of my hair. I haven't touched it, I haven't dyed it. I'm not going to do that until right before I go back to work. I still have a lot of loose skin on my belly, and my belly button hasn't really like returned back to the innie that it is. And I still have like that dark line. And I'll give you guys a belly shot really quick. 3 months postpartum going on 4 months. So you can't really tell here because of the lighting, but you could tell right here. And my belly button is normally like all the way in, but there's just a lot of loose skin, so it just kind of hangs over a little bit. But it is what it is. This body gave me 2 beautiful kids, so it's fine, whatever. I don't need to show my stomach off. Who am I playing? Staying home is definitely a lot more exhausting than I thought it would be. Like, hats off to stay-at-home moms, because there are days where I literally get no time to myself and I just feel so like wound up. I think going to the gym has been a huge outlet for me and a huge part of my recovery, both mentally and physically. I feel like that has been my saving grace. My patience is tested daily with them. sometimes I feel like I'm going to pull my hair out, and I feel like, oh my God, it'd be so much easier if I was just back at work. But then in that same breath, I'm like, no, I'm not ready to go back to work. Like, I don't want to leave my kids. And I don't know if any of you other moms postpartum feel that way, where you like to work and you want to go back to work and you like to make the money, but at the same time, it's like you want to be home. Like, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. And I know that that's impossible. It's a hard transition, and I'm definitely not looking forward to it. I'm already having anxiety about it now. I have 6 more weeks until I go back, and I think about it honestly on the daily, and I just like have major anxiety about having to go back. How am I going to leave them? But then at the same time, like, wanting to go back, having something outside of the house that I'm working towards, as far as like your career, to do what you went to school for, to feel accomplished in a different way, but also wanting to have that time and the memories that I'm making right now at home that I know that I won't be able to do when I go back to work. And like, I wish that I could somehow work part-time so I'd still have an outlet to like be able to go out and be myself, as far as like an individual, not a mom, while also having plenty of time to be at home, to raise my kids, to watch them grow, to catch all of the memories and soak in the time, because I know that this time is limited, if that makes sense. I don't know. I know I'm asking too much, but it's just hard. It's so hard. And I'm already, I'm 3 months going on 4 months postpartum, and I'm already kind of thinking about this and just dreading going back to work. But end of this video, I just wanted to leave off with some advice that I would give any parents who are expanding their family, who are going from one kid to another, or even thinking about it. My advice to you is just be patient, ask for help, take at least 30 minutes a day to decompress, whether that's at the gym, in the shower, talking to your girlfriend on the phone, whatever it is, you find what makes you happy and take those 30 minutes for yourself. Try to get your kids on the same sleep schedule as far as nap times and bedtimes, because that will free up some time for you so that you can be the best parent that you can be. And my final piece of advice is just enjoy this phase. It might be stressful, it might be overwhelming, but it's only here for a season. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Take pictures, take video, and just soak in the moments, live in the moment, live in the now. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just take in all that you can, especially if you have to go back to work, because our babies are only our babies for so long. It passes so fast. And so my best advice is just take it one day at a time and just enjoy every single day. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye.